Guys, while at the Portuguese national team, Bruno Fernandes has managed to talk to a certain outlet in Portugal about Portugal, Man United, and especially the reason as to why you've gone here to come up and do this video, it's because he has hinted about a player that has been linked to the club of Man United. He has been scouted for so long, and here we come to bring you what Bruno had to say about this. Smash like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Marcus Rashford, you know, everyone has been asking himself, why is Marcus Rashford really having problems and not really hitting the ground running this season? The mother's gonna hit really tell us a little bit of behind the scenes that we never knew of Marcus Rashford's life, you know, that has gonna hit to affect his career, having gonna hit to score 30 goals last season. We all thought that at least he would go 20, but he has only scored I think 8 this season, 7 in the Premier League and 1 in the FA Cup. Now, can he really score 13 in the remaining games that we are left with? We wait and see, because I'm this kind of person who doesn't want to cross the bridge before I reach there. Then we're also going to talk about Hannibal struggling at Sevilla, and it looks like the loan move was really bad. And I was one of the people who said, according to how I see Hannibal, he should go to Everton. You remember that very well when Everton came in through, and I thought that his agent went ahead to make a very bad decision, especially him going to Spain. He's a player that is supposed to be playing in the Premier League. That is it. So guys, smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokan David is my name, and hopefully you guys are really having a wonderful stay wherever you are. Muslims, Ramadan Mubarak or Ramadan Kareem, and for the Christians, we cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Continue to subscribe to this channel because we want to hit the magic number of 17,000 subscribers, and then we'll follow up with the rest. So right now as we speak, we are left with how many subscribers? Let me check. We are left with 71 subscribers to hit the magic number, and the magic number is 17,000 subscribers. So guys, let's continue to do that and continue to really follow up everything in here for you. And for the likes, let's see close to 300 likes marking this video, because Joao Neves ready to join Man United. Can you imagine? He's ready to join Man United. I was I was doing a story on the Rokani Media Football, and I came up and told people there that a person who knows you and your capabilities and how and whether you have the mentality to come in and replay for the club of Man United or any other club is that person who sees you. You know, so Bruno Fernandes is a man who was gonna hate to see this guy, Joao Neves, you know, who was gonna hate obviously catch attention of very many teams. And via Sport TV Portugal, Bruno Fernandes was asked on Joao Neves being linked with Man United. He said, I don't know if United rumors are true, but I know he's ready for the big jump. He's an excellent player. He's with the national team. That's also why the big clubs are after him. So Bruno is like telling us that, please, can we go ahead and really get in this player? That is Joao Neves. I'm excited about him. He's not this traditional center forward like the Yaya Toures, the Rodriguez. You can talk about the Caicedos. He doesn't have that physicality. He doesn't have that height, but the skill set, you know, is really huge. I'm gonna hate to see him really win lots of area duels, and I think I'm gonna really start up something, as I told you, that I'm opening up a channel where I'm gonna come up and really do the lifestyle, and those comparisons are really gonna be made in there for you, because sometimes I feel like I want to make those comparisons, but it's not legit business for me to do them on this channel. I would love to obviously vary him with other players, but he's really a very good player, and I'm gonna hate to enjoy him. And today, when Portugal is playing Sweden, I'm gonna be all eyes. You know, sometimes this is where we start watching these players. And if I take you back, last year when I was really doing the story of Rasmus Højlund before he came into Man United, he was linked to Man United in March, around this time when he was going to go to participate into the international break. And guess what? I was watching that game. Rasmus Højlund went ahead to score a hat-trick. Then the next game he scored 2 goals, and I kept following him up. I had not gone ahead to watch him at Atalanta, but after getting a snippet of 180 minutes, I was convinced that he was the right player we needed at the club of Man United. That is it. it just crossed my mind. And because of the way he was really playing and kicking the ball around, I got to know that he was the right man to do the job for the club of Man United. And exactly, he proved me right. So I want to go out and watch this guy tomorrow or today, depending on where you're watching us from, to watch him and see how he delivers his performances in the midfield. And I would love to see that he starts. And I know in either the game of Slovenia or the game of Sweden, he'll start one of those and he'll have a lion's share of those minutes. So everyone who supports Man United, I would love you to watch the game of Portugal versus Sweden tomorrow, and you'll evidence the best of the best. And there is another Swedish centre forward known as Gyökeres, who is one of those that Manchester United is looking at. You can as well go out and look out for him. So we will have to look at those Portuguese players and really see, is Joao Neves really ready, as Bruno Fernandes has gone ahead to let us know. And that makes his coming to Man United easy for all United really makes up their mind to sign this guy. You get? Because Bruno Fernandes can act as a fantastic link to Man United, linking him to Man United, like acting as an agent. We've gone ahead to see to it that players like Højlund have been aided a lot to come to Man United through the players we're having at Man United, like Eriksson. Paul Pogba aided the coming in of Romelu Lukaku. You get? And very many other players that we have been used as agents to convince these players to come in through and really play for the club of Man United. So I'm 100% excited to see to it that it goes the right way. And I'm really that kind of person who believes that Joao Neves is the right guy to come through to bolster our midfield of Man United, because he can play as a CDM, he can play as a box-to-box midfielder, he can play as a central attacking midfielder, he can play as a right attacking midfielder. So he can play literally in every position of the midfield. And if I told you having a player like that, how dare you not really give him a green light to come to Man United? And I know Bruno knows exactly that. You know, when you look at the age of Casemiro and very many others, you feel like it is not really good not to have a player that is an understudy for him, that can easily compete and really get him out of the team, such that even Casemiro can offer us more. You get? But the biggest hinge is the money. 100 million euros is what this team is really calling in for. 100 million euros is what this team is calling in for. So we're here to ask, is this guy worth 100 million euros? And Benfica has gone ahead to make it a point that for every player they sell, he goes in for that amount of money. Minimum 100 million euros. Let me give you an example. They sold Enzo Fernandez for 120 million euros. Darwin Núñez, 88 million euros. And now they're having two players. All those players are worth 100 million euros. Antonio Silva, the 19-year-old central defender, you can as well watch him in the Portuguese team. He has been called up, but I don't know whether he's going to play, because Portugal is really having elite defenders, the Ruben Neves of this world and very many others. So there is also this guy. So they cannot really give a cutoff. I saw Chelsea negotiating for a cutoff onto the transfer of Enzo Fernandez from Benfica to Chelsea in the last minutes of the deadline transfer, and they're not given a chance. Rui Costa, the chairman or the president of Benfica, was like, I cannot do that business. It's 120 million euros net, all not. And they had to pay that amount of money, and it worked all out for them. So that is it, but wait and see how that pans out. And Bruno Fernandes has really pointed out to very many Portuguese players to be signed by the club of Man United, but all has been in vain. As we struggle to tell everyone that our problem as Man United was the CDM, Man United was sanctioning deals of Jadon Sancho, yet Paulinho and Matheus Nunes were at Sporting Lisbon, and Bruno was like telling them, please, can you get these players in? You know? He hinted about Paulinho before he came to Fulham, and we've gone ahead to see how Paulinho has gone ahead to turn around Fulham. Hinted about Matheus Nunes, who is now at Man City, and they couldn't obviously go for them, and they are really less. 50 million euro players, you know, That is it. So I think this time around the board really listens to him and see to it that he gets to that level and really get Joao Neves ready to join the club of Manchester United. So we just can't wait to see how that happens, but the rest is history for the club. So after that story of Joao Neves ready for the club of Man United, because Bruno's going to hate to really see to it that every big club is jumping on him, let's go to Marcus Rashford. Let me bring you up to speed. Last season, he scored 30 goals. 16 in the Premier League. He had some in the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, and the UEFA Europa League, tallying to 30. But this season, it's really very shocking that he has not even hit a double figure. But we know he'll hit it. He has only gone ahead to score 7 goals. That is Marcus Rashford for you. So, after all that, his mother has come out and spoken on his behalf. I think it was really scheduled. It came in through at a very right time after he scored a very beautiful goal against Liverpool. And everyone was all ears to listen to this. Melin Maynard on Marcus Rashford. He said, Marcus lost a very important person in his life, his cousin Nathan, in November 2023, after a very good family friend, Gaff, died a year earlier, which affected him greatly. It was a lot for someone so young. So, for that, I now understand what Rashford is going in through, because I've been a critic of what has gone ahead to affect the mentality of Marcus Rashford. Even the bare minimums of a struggling player on the field of play, he couldn't meet them. Like tracking back, running, putting his body on the line, he couldn't. But it looks like something was eating him up, and it's now that we know, after losing his friend and then another family, another cousin, it looks like it's affecting him. And you know, these people are not like these people are not like not like we Africans. We Africans move on so easily, and it looks like for them they cannot move on. He needs some time to heal. And for Marcus Rashford, it looks like these two people were really so close to him, and they've gone ahead to affect his mentality at the club of Man United. But good that in the remaining 11 games of the season, Marcus Rashford looks like has gone ahead to find himself to where he deserves to be. In the previous 3 games, Marcus Rashford has gone ahead to score 3 goals. He scored against Man City, scored against Everton, scored against Liverpool in a very good way. So we hope that in the games England is going to play against Brazil and Belgium, he continues his goal scoring stretch, and then he comes in through ready to take on Brentford on the 30th of March, then Chelsea, then Liverpool. And in those 3 games, if he can really score in every game, I think we obviously have to say Marcus Rashford is fully back. So one will argue that maybe even the uncertainty of the club of Man United as far as the ownership was concerned really did us bad. I'll agree, because in such scenarios, people will ask, is the manager going to stay? And now, after Ineos came in through, you saw to it that ever since this year started, we've gone ahead to put in performances, and we've only gone ahead to lose 2 games. You know, we had gone ahead to lose like 13 games last year. I'm talking about in the Premier League. But this year, we've lost 2 games in the Premier League, and the rest have been wins for the club of Man United. And we are left with 10 to go in the Premier League and 1 to go, all 2 in the FA Cup. So it's all about us focusing onto the biggest fish, and then the rest is going to be harvesting the healthiest habits ever at the club of Man United. Now, let's go to Hannibal. Hannibal is really having a very bad time at Sevilla, and we've been told by a Stadio ED that sorry about that. Hannibal's camp are in disbelief about Sevilla's treatment of him, with those close not understanding why Sanchez Flores isn't playing him. His career is going backwards. Yeah, when you look at how he was performing at Man United, this guy was really looking good, and I thought that he couldn't go to Spain because his game is more of the Premier League. His physicality, his technicalities are really great. And for everyone who made a decision for him to go to Sevilla, I really feel bad. Because if Rokani seated here in Africa can come out and really understand that this boy needs a transfer to Everton because Everton wanted him, Luton Town wanted him. Why would we send him to the side of Sevilla? You get? All he needed was to go to Everton. And for Everton, it was written all over the world that he was going to be given enough time. Why? We've already gone ahead to sell there James Garner, and James Garner is thriving there for you. And he was with James Garner in the academy of Man United, meaning that these two would have gone ahead to bond together and maybe resurrected their combination they used to play when they were at Man United. So it was a very bad decision made to really let this boy go to Sevilla, and I think he's going to return to Man United. However much there was a buyback, like a buy clause, I think this was not mandatory. It was just optional. So they are going to send him back to Man United, and all I know is he should get a better loan this time round. Let us loan him to a team that is going to do the needful. And for Ten Hag, I know he'll use him in the preseason and see whether he's ready to do the needful. But all I know is simple. If McTominay can thrive at the club of Man United, why not Hannibal? Because Hannibal does everything that Scott McTominay does, yet he's a more talented player. So let's wait and see how that pans out. And that's why Ineos never wanted to see Hannibal really leave, because in France, it was written everywhere that him and Camavinga are the next big thing. And Sir Jim Ratcliffe, being in France a lot, he knows exactly what this boy is all about. That's why Ineos was like, there should be a buyback clause, if at all the transfer is made permanent. So wait and see whether Sevilla is going to make this deal permanent or not. But as things stand, there is no way a team can make a deal permanent for a player who has not gone ahead to feature in very many games, unless otherwise he comes in through and really shocks us in the remaining games of the season. That is it. So guys, I call upon for your reactions in the comment section below about Joao Neves ready to join Man United, confirmed by Bruno Fernandes bogus. I welcome in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on to Hannibal really having a very terrible time at Sevilla? And lastly, please do the needful and tell me what you think about Marcus Rashford. Has he been affected by the death of his cousin and family friend to have not even scored 10 goals this season? All that and more into the comment section below. Rokan David is my name. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. The Muslims, Ramadan Kareem. Ciao, ciao to everyone watching it through. Continue to subscribe, and let's see you after subscribing. Hit the notification bell to get notified every time I upload a video on this beautiful YouTube channel. Guys, bye-bye.